Now, next week on April 8th, a march here in Denver will honor this man, Cesar Chavez, a man who fought hard for civil rights. The activist and labor leader honored with the statue in a park named for him. This is at 41st and Tennyson here in Denver. And while Chavez is known for bringing rights to field workers across the country, this year's march is billed as being a way to celebrate inclusivity. And here to talk about the event are political advocate Tommy Ray Sena. Thank you very much for being here. Also, Dr. Ramon del Castillo, the chair of the Colorado Cesar Chavez Peace and Justice Committee. Gentlemen, we're glad to have you both here, and I know this is always a big event for Colorado. Explain the background. How did this come to be?
Well, when the bill first passed, I think in about 2001 or 2002, a bunch of us got together and thought that we should somehow create a legacy for the work that Cesar Chavez had done. So at that given point, if I recollect, Councilperson Ramona Martinez made the suggestion, well, let's do something. So we started the committee that was 16, 17 years ago. And since that time, every year we celebrate Cesar Chavez through sort of his tradition of having a Catholic Mass, then a march to the park, and then we have a big celebration and give out leadership awards. I think the interesting thing is that what I've always tell my students is, you know, we have the right to create our own heroes, and he certainly is an American hero, and we need to create that legacy because of the work that he did for the powerless in society. So out of that sort of philosophy, we developed the committee that's been working for about 16, 17 years now.
And you talk about him as a hero. So for those who are not familiar with his work, what did he do? What did he do that makes a difference today?
Well, Cesar Chavez decided that farm workers needed a union. In our opinion, they had been abandoned by law. They had been left out of the Wagner Act in the middle part of the 1930s, and they didn't have the right to collectively bargain. So what he did is he began organizing at that time. When he got out of the service, he had been a farm worker. He began to organize, and what he wanted to do was bring the plight of the farm workers to the American public consciousness. And so he and Dolores Huerta began organizing and developing but later on would become the United Farm Workers Organizing Committee, specifically to get collective bargaining rights for union workers, for workers in the fields.
Right. Okay, so I know your message this year is let's build bridges, not walls. This is clearly a swipe, I guess, at the president. But there really is a bigger message here about inclusivity. Tommy Ray?
I came in with the ideal of inclusivity for this multicultural march. And I came up with the idea of solidarity through community unity partnerships, which that's been my role. I've been inviting the Muslims, I've been inviting the Jewish community, I've invited the people from India. I've invited all communities here of citizens in this country who are presently living here to march with us as one citizen, to show our influence and our community leadership to our elected officials that we stand together as one, as citizens, not only just for Latinos and Native Americans and African Americans, but all people who live here presently as citizens, including the Mexicans, as well as the African Americans, as I mentioned, the Muslim community. And I'm getting a lot of good attention on it, and we expect it to be a bigger march than expected, as this is our first time historically here in Colorado we are having this. And so I'm pretty excited about it myself in terms of the inclusivity, bringing all these various groups together and marching with us and showing solidarity.
Does the focus, though, change this year, given the issues that President Trump has raised, specifically regarding the immigrant community?
Well, I think it brings to light the whole issue of undocumented workers and all of the work that's being done in American society about the human rights that they have. So I think it doesn't, from the standpoint that we're saying that, doesn't it make more sense that people that have contributed to this society, that work hard, that come here to work, that they be given some sorts of passage into American citizenship? So really it's building the bridge so that we can understand each other a lot better. There's no doubt that we are a nation of immigrants, and I would even say that the president is probably comes from an immigrant family himself, and to deny that is kind of to deny the historical existence of a group of people that have been in this part of the Western Hemisphere for over 30,000 years back and forth. So the whole idea is to begin to talk to people about understanding each other more, being more humane towards each other, practicing better humanity, and respecting people for the hard work that they do in this society.
Okay, so last question. Tell us about the events and how people can find out more and all of that good information.
That's going to be April the 8th. We're going to start the Mass at Regis Chapel University, which is located on 50th and Lowell Boulevard. As you pull in right there, there's a parking lot. You can park there. The church is right up above the hill. About 8:30, we'll have the Mass and the little ceremony. Around about 9:30 or so, we'll start gathering everybody together to march to Cesar Chavez Park, which is located on
41st and Tennyson, yes.
In Tennyson. And we're there, we'll have our celebration. We'll have giving out awards. We'll have music. We'll have some food. And so we're expecting everyone to come on down. You're all invited who are listening to us right now. And so if you're part of Colorado in the community, please join us in our march.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. Appreciate it. And you can find out more information specifically about this event on our website. We'll be right back.